Hey, welcome back to day 2 of 2020 Vlogmas. I'm Tamara Janee here at HH3 Construction Group LLC. I am your government contracting specialist, and I am going to be teaching you guys how to get started as a contractor. That's dealing with both the private sector and government sector. This is day 2, and today we are going to be talking about what do you need to submit your government certifications. So I'm going to be going a little bit into detail about some of the documents you're going to need, some of the agencies that you can apply for your certifications at, and I'm also going to be telling you how you can go in and actually submit the certifications yourself if you prefer, or how you can hire someone like myself who's a government contracting certification specialist to do it for you. Either way, I'm going to teach you how to do it easily on your end so that you're not getting stressed out. I know a lot of times clients come to me, they're a little bit stressed out because they're like, it's so much that goes into doing certifications. They either don't know where to start, they don't know if they have everything that they need, or they've submitted and they get a lot of pushback, which of course that makes it a little bit difficult when it comes to submitting your certifications, and it pushes you back as far as you being able to bid on contracts within the government sector. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to see me looking at my notes just because there are some specific things that I need to hit, especially when it comes to the documents that you're going to need. So the government itself has a set-aside, they call it the set-aside program, and it's specifically for small businesses. So this is minorities, woman-owned, and veterans as well. They also can get in on this program. And what it is the government has these specific projects that they are awarding out to different companies, but it has to go to a certain percentage of, let's say, minorities, or it has to go to a certain percentage of women-owned, and there's no way around this. So there are literally projects out there in the government sector that are made specifically for you to be able to be awarded. A lot of people don't know this because they try and stick within the private sector, and it's fine. Like I said in my previous video, I started out, when I did my construction company, I started in the private sector and then went into the government sector, because the government sector is a whole nother ball game, but there's so much more opportunity there, and there's a lot more structure. So they do have the set-aside program. If you have not seen it or reviewed it, I'm going to try and find some links for you guys and pop it into this video. But if you have not reviewed the set-aside program, if you don't know the percentage of how many, what percentage of the projects is supposed to go to small businesses, then I would definitely look into that. That is something that you need to know if you're trying to get into the government sector. Now, when it comes to a lot of people, they try and skip the certification process, especially if they're in the private sector. They try and skip the certification process because in their mind, they're like, I don't need it right now. When in reality, yes, you do. I always tell my clients, you need to go ahead and get ready so that you're not trying to get ready when a project comes up, or you get a notification, hey, there's a bid out for such and such project, but you got to have this type of certification. You have to have these qualifications. Well, if you don't already have your certifications, then you can't even bid on that project, because I guarantee you, if you go and try and process your certifications today, that bid is probably due within the next 2 weeks. There's no way possible you're going to get your certifications back that fast. So I always say, go ahead, apply for your certifications. Go ahead, like the last video, go ahead, get your business registered. That way you are not trying to get ready when these bids come out that you want to bid on. Now, where can you file? Where can you file your certifications, or where can you go and apply for your certifications? When it comes to state certifications, it really depends on which state you are in. Like for instance, here in Texas, we have the NCT RCA, which is the North Central Texas Regional Certification Agency. So that's here in Texas what we use. You can look it up just based off of your state, which specific state certification agencies that they have there for you guys. But here, that's what we use. Or if you're trying to, like I know for for a woman owned, you know, you can use the Women Business Enterprise National Council. You can also try the Minority Supplier Development Council. And then I know the SBA also does some certifications, so you can try and apply there as well. It's totally up to you, but always do your research, especially if you're going to be doing it yourself. Now, if you're somebody who, you know, you don't want to hire someone like myself who's a government contracting certification specialist, and you want to go ahead and do it on your own, I would definitely recommend that you get someone who can review your information for you. That is a service that I also offer. So if you want to submit your own, you know, paperwork, you want to do the whole process yourself, but you want to make sure that it's going to go through and that you're not going to get any kickback, I would definitely recommend that you reach out to someone like myself and get a review so that we can make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. You have everything together. There's no reason you should get any pushback. So if you are doing it yourself, I definitely review your documents. Definitely take that time, because certifications are very serious. Certifications are very beneficial to your business. So you don't want to half-step it when it comes to submitting your certifications. So here I'm going to read off just a couple of the core documents that you are going to need. I know a lot of people, they don't know necessarily which documents are needed, or they get into the systems and it's asking them all of these different types of questions that they have absolutely no idea on. So here I'm going to read these off for you, and my clients actually get this list. So this is actually a list that I provide to them just on some of the documents that we're going to be working with. That's just so that they are ready and prepared and know what it is that I'm going to be expecting and what I'm going to need for them. So here we go. So the list of documents that you will need a resume. Yes, this is just like any other resume that you would submit to a job, but I will make it tailored towards more of your business and your contracting business and what you're going to be doing. You will need your personal network statement. What is it? QuickBooks. If you use QuickBooks, you can actually go in there and pull this statement. So if you're not using QuickBooks for your business, I definitely recommend it, just because when it comes to doing your taxes and things like in certifications, all you have to do is go and download it and pull it off of there and upload it into the system. You'll also need your personal federal tax returns for up to 3 years. Now, some people may say, well, what if I haven't been in business for 3 years? That's totally fine, but depending on, so for instance, when I submitted my certifications, I just started my business. So of course I wasn't going to have, because you also need your business federal tax returns. So I didn't have the business side of the tax returns, which was fine, but I did have to pull my personal. So they will ask for those. So if you don't have the business, that's totally fine. It actually has an option on there where you can put NA and let them know, hey, you know, business just started, yada, yada, yada. Or business only been in business for a year, such and such. So that's that, the personal federal tax returns, and then the business federal tax returns. You will also need documented proof of ownership, which, of course, if you've registered your business, you will have this. Signed loan and security agreements. If you have any loans or anything like that out, you will need those for your certifications. Bonding forms. If you have already received your bonding. If you don't have bonding, you haven't applied for it, don't worry about it. You don't need that. You will also need your list of equipment and vehicles. This is equipment and vehicles that is used for your business. So that's not including your personal vehicles. You'll need the titles and registration certifications for all company vehicles. So those are going to be important. So this is mainly people who use this is like trucking companies. I know some trainers who travel, so of course they would list their car on there because it is being used for business. Who else? I said trucking companies. I'm trying to think of another example. Delivery companies, caterers. A lot of them use their cars for that. Then you will also need your licenses and permits. That's any licenses and permits that you have for your business. You will need description of all real estate. This is meaning all real estate, anything that you're using for your business. So if this is your home office, you will need that description of real estate. Documented proof of any transfers of assets. You'll need your bank authorizations and signature cards. Usually if you don't have this, like for me, I know I can go log on like my app. Each of my bank accounts, I can go and log on to the app and I can get the signature cards from there. But usually when you go and sign up for your bank account, they actually give you the signature card. So if you have those documents, just go and pull it from there and upload it. You'll also need schedule of salaries or payouts. So however you're going to be paying yourself, however you're going to be paying your employees, however you're going to be paying, if you're going to have subcontractors up under you, anybody that you're going to be paying within that company, you have to have a schedule of it. You'll also need a list of employees, job titles, and dates of employment. This is for everybody who's going to be working in that company. This is not for your subcontractors. You don't need that information. If you're somebody and you say, hey, I don't have any employees, I'm the only person who works for my company. So just list yourself. Do it on a little Word document, list yourself, put the job title and dates of employment. So of course that for you, that would be the start of your business date and to current. You'll also need your articles of incorporation. Stock certificates. If you have any stocks or anything that's obtained within your business, you will need that. Shareholders agreements, your corporate bylaws and agreements. I know a lot of people go and get this from online. I actually have like a little template that I share with my clients to kind of help them pull those together because generally they all say the same thing. But you will need that, the corporate bylaws and agreements, bank resolution, certificate of formation. The certificate of formation is just the register of your company. So like when you get your LLC, it'll say LLC or a formation or something like that. Don't quote me on that. It says formation on there though, I know that. And then you'll also need your operating agreement. So those are just some of the core documents that you will need for your certifications. Again, some companies will not have all of these documents. Some companies may not be at the point where they've created all of these documents. And that's totally fine, but it will let you know if you will need those documents. Again, if you're just starting out, some of the documents that I listed you may not have for your company. And that is totally fine. Now, the certification process can take a minute. It can be overwhelming. It can be stressful, especially when you're dealing with the 8A program. That's a whole nother beast. I may talk a little bit about that. Maybe in one of these videos, I'll dig into the 8A. I don't know, we'll see. But if you are someone who needs help and you're just like, hey, I can't do this alone. I need somebody to help me through this process. I need someone to help me gather all these documents. I need somebody to help me process all this paperwork, communicate with these agencies, make sure I'm submitting things correctly. Then definitely reach out to me. I do have 3 openings at the moment for new clients for the certifications. So if you are someone who needs some support, you need some help, definitely reach out to me. So I hope that you guys got some good takeaways from this video and start working on it. Start pulling those things together to get your certifications done. Definitely comment in the video and let me know which certifications are you looking at going after? Which certifications are you looking at adding to your business? So thank you for joining me today. We will be back tomorrow, so I will see you guys then.